Everybody I know in this industry started at the bottom and was driven by a passion. There is this community of us together that have just simply taken a desire and turned it into a lifestyle.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh my world.
It's gonna be awesome!
I've drifted, I've competed in ice racing, off-road racing, on-road racing, rally cross, rally, anything that I could get my hands on with a steering wheel. I've gotten to travel the world. I've gotten to meet people that are like-minded, enthusiasts, other racers. How's it going? How you doing? But this is rally talk going on, isn't it? Baja style suspensions, and it seemed like they weren't wearing a helmet half the time. Those stages are so long. That sounds awesome. Yeah, well, good luck with the jet lag then.
From his working roots as a driving coach and Hollywood stunt driver, Tanner Foust's passion for motorsports has earned him unprecedented milestones, with multiple championships in drifting and global rallycross.
I feel incredibly lucky to get involved in motorsport right now, at this point in time, with people paving the way, with redefining how drivers market themselves, like Ken Block, Travis Pastrana, Brian Deegan. It really is a time when you can take your interest in motorsport, market yourself as a brand, and go racing for a living. I'm gonna ask about that because I don't want to get a penalty for... Hey, how are you doing? How's it going? Hey, Tanner, good to see you. I've always been comfortable around fans because I'm a fan also. Come on in.
You do it? Thank you.
I watch racing today with the same interest and passion that I've always had. Oh, how does that not take the tire off? I think he took it off that time. The teams that I race for, I really want to move the needle for each of those companies and learn what makes their business model work and how the partners that I have and the racing that we're doing here might be able to make that better.
I like this. I'm glad you guys have this seat. This is one of the safest seats you can buy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty heavy, but it's pretty good.
Sometimes heavy is gonna save your life.
It saves his driver's life, but it gives us a hernia putting them in.
When you're on the road 250 days a year, you know the people that you travel with better than any of your friends or neighbors back in your hometown. You are not just a traveling community between mechanics, the marketing people, and the models. You are a family. You're literally a traveling road show family from city to city, enjoying the fruits of each city that you stop in.
It is family that defines many drivers, and it is the love for family that has powered the career of Scott Speed, Tanner Foust's rallycross teammate.
Racing has always been very much a family affair.
Got to basically just get way narrow off the corner and just power off.
Straight.
Straight.
Real good. Nice job.
Seeing my dad do what he did in racing just really inspired me to want to follow in my dad's footsteps. He finally talked one of his buddies into letting me drive his son's kart. My very first race in the kart I won. Something I was good at right away, but it's something that, I knew I could make my dad proud with. We then move on through the awkward years of high school. I'm at the go-kart track every weekend. I'm in a very kind of weird sport. I'm not playing football, I'm not playing baseball. It's kind of my own deal. I didn't necessarily fit in. 4 years down the line, I'm an American Formula One driver, the last American to do it since Michael Andretti. In a very short time, I had to grow up and learn a lot about life.
I personally liked the way Tanner's driving style was, and also Scott's speed. When he came in, he won his very first race in Brazil, and then he won another race, and he had no experience in the cars. And I just felt like, you know, with his racing background, he'd be really a nice fit here along with Tanner.
Tanner's been an amazing teammate. He's obviously got a lot of experience in rallycross. I have a lot of experience in road racing. Our personalities are a bit opposite, and we end up somehow fitting together really well.
With two drivers sharing the same passion for winning, Volkswagen Andretti's hope for a championship in 2015 seemed more promising than ever.
I think we're gonna be fine. If we put a fresh diff in at last and we keep the car on 4 wheels, I think it's fine.
When Scott gets to the track, he is very much in the zone. I think it brings him down to earth a little bit when something goes wrong with the car or whether he wins a race. He can come in the driver's lounge and he can see the girls.
Oh, you're gonna make it.
It gives him a different outlet.
What's more of that?
That's it. Oh, don't take it off.
For a top-tier open-wheel champion with experience in both Formula One and NASCAR, Scott Speed's future in the racing world looked like destiny. But it is those life-changing moments that bring everything down to size.
When I began my NASCAR career here in the States, Mom got diagnosed with cancer. A span of 6 months, she was gone. That situation was obviously the biggest perspective gainer I've ever had in my life, as well to see how well and inspirational my dad handled that entire situation with the family, being the rock for all of us. You know, he just focused on us. He put everything that we had into my racing career, basically from age 11. Felt that like strong family connection and that drive that I had, and you know, very much how I am with my family, with my girls, and like the passion I have for them and how very much I put them before myself comes from, you know, my dad teaching me, you know, that part of life.
Destroy the front diff. As soon as the car starts bicycling, getting the wheel in there, the diff's riding like a lap.
I saw this first time they came around and it carried it all the way through.
Yeah, they took all the high-speed rebound on the car. It's the last time. You can't mess that one up.
He'll fix it. He'll get it.
Tonight's episode of Motorclub is brought to you by Volkswagen. This presentation is also made possible in part by Red Bull Global Rally Cross. In 2015, Volkswagen Andretti saw their two drivers, Tanner Foust and Scott Speed, in the winning circle throughout the season. It was clear this was Volkswagen Andretti's year to claim a champion.
It's exciting that we know we won the championship, but the nerve-wracking part is we don't know which drivers.
Las Vegas, Nevada. This is where everything counts. A place where anyone can win for Rallycross. This is the main event. I've got the spotlight on me because I won it. But that's a light that's constantly on you, one that adds pressure and experience. In the end, it intensifies your focus. It makes you nervous and makes you pay more attention, really. It's a competitive pack out there. Everybody wants to win and they'll do everything to win. Better come up with a good plan or you're gonna get smoked.
How can you be allowed to race?
Yeah, it's all the time. It's all the single time, huh?
Ken Block, one of the sport's most popular and aggressive drivers, raises the temperature in whatever heat he competes.
What Ken brings to the table is energy. He takes the biggest risks, and he didn't care if it broke down. He just wanted to launch the biggest. If at any time Ken has the lead in Rallycross, you're not chasing him down.
Drive the first couple laps, but then demo it so you look like you're just, you know. Slide the car along.
All right, hands up, guys. Cars go in.
Want to know how the heck it's possible for him to be able to do that? Actually, Christian.
He aimed straight for you. It was his plan, you know? He got his chance, so he did it.
There's a couple guys out there that are a bit more aggressive than others. The second heat, we got wrecked, kind of sent us to the back, and that's kind of rallycross racing. I was pretty upset, to be honest, to be wrecked, but it's one of those things, and honestly, in the final, that's kind of the only thing that can get us.
Rain race?
Yeah. They finally named it a wet race.
It's slime. The dirt will be more grippy than the pavement, but it'll drag slime around the whole track.
Definitely a full rain line out there.
Full rain line. Yeah, outside. But now there's cement everywhere.
You can just feel it's on the rubber, it's slippery.
It's really with everybody else. You just hope that people don't go getting crazy in turn one and case it into everybody else. They do it in the dry, so in the wet, maybe it's even worse. Scott and I come from pretty different backgrounds and find ourselves on the same racetrack, but honestly, we speak the exact same language. When you're just trying to get around a track as fast as you can with a car, the racing language is very pure and simple and direct. You get any notes on the jump? It's a kicker. Whatever you can do to keep the nose up. Ken almost took his front bumper off. Scott may have a little more pressure on him because his last name is Speed, so it wouldn't work if he was slow.
If the engine's running and the tires are on, at the end of the race, we win. There's only one person I'm really actually going to avidly stay completely away from, and that's 43. If I'm around him, I'm just going to be like, oh, go around.
So the question is, do I take the inside of the second row or the outside of the first row?
Try not to run too much right behind somebody. Okay. Kicking a lot of mud up, you know. Okay.
Do I have water in the sprayer? Should I fire it up?
Yeah.
Copy, loud and clear. Wow, hot dog. I hear you guys great too.
Something special about a season finale. It's even better when it's a title decider. Wait for the green to come on.
Wait.
It's time to bring the action.
Green.
Who gets the jump? Scott Speed, the championship leader, blasts from the line.
Brilliant start from Scott Speed, but look at Ken Block. He's going from the last row up to the inside.
Tanner
He takes
Foust.
out Tanner Foust.
Tanner Foust smashes the wall.
No pressure behind still. Tanner's having trouble.
What a shame for Tanner Foust. All went wrong right at the start. He got clouded, got pushed sideways, smashed the wall.
Cover to the checkered here. No pressure behind.
Scott Speed is the 2015 Red Bull GRC champion.
Thank you so much.
Jules! We won! Congrats. Ken put it sideways. Okay, so I went in the back of the Weeman or something a little bit.
Yeah, and then he came in.
And he came in and pushed it. I saw the video. He hit it pretty hard. Congrats, brother.
Hey.
I tried to slow him up just a little bit.
Super happy with Volkswagen and Andretti bringing home this championship. Mwah, I love you, baby.
I don't know exactly what it is. It's not about learning to fly a plane for the sake of flying or learning to drive a boat for the sake of just cruising around on the water. There's something with the technology. There's some sort of controlling of that machinery, yes, but I think it's more about what part of life it opens up to you. When you get a corner just right in a car, you really have conquered so many hundreds of thousands of years of evolution that are telling you that you shouldn't be able to control this weird car through that corner just right. And when you land an airplane, you're really overcoming your humanness and being a bird for a moment. There's a lot to using this technology and using it to kind of experience a broader version of life.
weekend away from competition, teammates Tanner Foust and Scott Speed can't resist engaging in some form of racing.
You feel like your off-season training's complete now? I think that's about the most fun you can have at 10 miles an hour.
I think I felt very safe.
You felt in the cart?
Yeah.
Because you're not going very fast?
Well, that and I had to put on like 3 seatbelts. I noticed that you weren't wearing the wrist guards.
What? You had wrist guards?
Yeah, they had little wrist tethers to keep your hands inside the vehicle if you were to like flip, do a couple barrel rolls. I was covered.
You were covered. You did take it into the wall one time.
The impromptu go-kart session was a welcome detour in their plans. It is their shared interest in drone racing that brings these two drivers together. Like professional driving, the drone racing league is a sport of precision. And it's the league's creative way of capturing precision in the air that's quickly reinvented the game.
One of the cool things they got going for them is they're able to race in places that are like, really? We're racing inside an old abandoned mall. I just think it's perfect. Right.
This is one of those kinds of racing series that you just on paper know is going to happen. Like somebody's gonna do it, right? Each race vehicle creates its own content the whole time. Then you come into a building like this. You start seeing go through hoops and you see 3-dimension stuff. Coming down the levels is insane. It's way more involved and technical and epic than I thought it could be. What's the hardest part of this?
The hardest part of this is being consistent, controlling our nerves, making sure we hit every obstacle and gate cleanly.
So it's the same as driving? Yeah. For some of us. That's usually my hardest part, is being consistent, controlling your nerves, which, you know, overdriving the car, you probably can overdrive the drone, right? And being clean.
When he's nervous, like, he's making, like, these movements. We're like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's true. When I'm nervous, my hand is shaking.
Yeah.
All the shaking of my thumbs goes straight into the quadcopter. Yeah. So it will start shaking as well. They have to be highly tuned, precise, pick up the smallest movement in my thumbs to react the way I want it to.
One of them bit it.
Yep.
We met online, talk all the time, said he'd be mine, your digital controller.
Every time we go through it, we get more comfortable with every turn, try to develop muscle memory.
Dude, that guy was on it.
Need to put some speed behind this, be competitive. That's when I started hitting cables, gates, stairwells, escalators.
Nobody's taking a little file to the propellers before it goes on the blocks, just getting a little bit extra lift.
No, the pilots don't get to touch their race frames. Everybody's sitting in the pilot area and flying.
Tonight's episode of Motorclub is brought to you by Volkswagen. This presentation is also made possible in part by Red Bull Global Rally Cross.
We're about halfway through the 2016 GRC season. I'm currently leading the points championship. I've unfortunately left about 100 points on the plate just for mechanicals or small problems while in the lead of races, but still in the lead. It's the best place to be in the championship. Whole heated field chasing down right on my heels.
After setting Red Bull GRC's all-time record for most wins in competition heats, Tanner Foust knows what it's like to be on the podium. His reputation for winning only intensified the competitive drive of teammate Scott Speed.
Never in my life you guys ever done anything and not told me. Well, in that case, let's add some support too. Let's add 2 clips above.
Scott won the championship last year, and so he's got a lot of pressure to back it up. He knows that we have the right cars to win the championship. He knows we have the right team.
Having fun.
Yeah, man. Get to drive stuff that's winning races. You know, it's all, no complaints.
You just kind of leave him alone, let him stay in his zone, do his own thing.
I went for a ride in Daddy's race car.
This truck is fast.
Are we gonna win this weekend?
I think so. But I hope we win again.
Yeah.
Are we gonna win?
I don't want Tanner to win.
That's right. Tell them.
I don't want Tanner to win.
I don't know what exactly he's feeling, since now this year I'm kind of competing more with him toe-to-toe than last year.
This is turning into a real grudge match between 2 drivers.
He's a racer. He's going to go out and he's going to do his job, and he's trying to get the car around the track. And then when we go door to door in a corner, then he's going to have to make the decision then of, am I going to be nice to my teammate, or am I going to try to take advantage for the sake of the championship? And I'll have to make that same call, frankly.
Brilliant start by the 2 Beetles.
Oh, goes Tanner Foust. Pushes it just a little too hard.
The winner is Scott Speed here in DC.
We're back in the hunt, 2 wins, we're on a great roll. I think that still this day, having a child is the most life-changing experience you can have. Losing a parent is right up there with it. And those things are so much bigger than any race you could win or any race you could lose. Having gone through those helps give me a lot better perspective on the ups and downs that you go through as a racing driver.
When you get into competitive racing, man, everything counts towards that qualifying sheet or that time sheet. It seems like, oh, it's just horsepower, it's grip, it's suspension tuning. It's your attitude, it's what you had for breakfast, it's how focused you are, it's whether the other guys in the track got in your head or not. Everything translates into tenths of a second.